Hi, I'm Jim Brickell from Ed Learn Ford Lincoln, and this is the 2024 Ford Ranger XLT. I'm sitting in the 301A Equipment Group package, and I'd like to show you some of the great features that it has. Starting on the driver door, of course, we have our power windows. It includes express down and express back up. Your mirrors are controlled from here. And this year you can also get power fold-in mirrors and then fold them back out again. The other switch or button here is to lock out the power windows from the back seat occupants. So if the kids are playing with the power windows, you can lock them out. Of course, your power door locks. We have our fog lamps, we have the headlamps in the automatic position, and these plus and minus will adjust the brightness on your panel screen. It is tilt steering, so on the left hand side, pull this lever down, move the steering wheel in, out, up or down, wherever you need it to be, and then pull it back in position. So now you're on the left hand side of the steering wheel. This is mainly for your cruise control. You can turn cruise control on with this button right here, and initially it'll say stand by. When you get up to the speed you want to set, which of course you would be on the highway, you would hit this one up and lock in your speed. Then this one here would be for your adaptive cruise control. You can set how far you want to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. With adaptive cruise control, you've set the speed, you've set the distance, excuse me, to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. If they start slowing down and you didn't notice, not to worry, your vehicle will slow down as well. And this one here is our lane keeping system. So lane keeping system on, that can work with the cruise control or without. So it is active at lower end speeds. If you're drifting across the line without signaling, the vehicle is going to take action. First, it's going to notify you with a vibration in the steering wheel. And the other buttons we have here are for your stereo volume up and down and the voice activation. Now with voice activation, there's a variety of things you can control. You can make phone calls once you've paired a phone to the vehicle by using the name. You can set an address in your navigation system. You can change the radio station, you can change the temperature. So, set temperature 17 degrees.
Setting temperature to 17 degrees.
So it's quite easy to use. Now, we're not going to be using our cruise control right now, so I'm going to turn that back off. What the heck, I'm not going to use my lane keeping, so I'm going to turn that off. So now, as we take a look at our instrument panel, you can customize this. One thing I would like you to note is the fuel gauge on the right hand side. So it looks like just a plain gauge there, but you'll notice there's a little dash. As you put gas in the vehicle, these dashes will increase. I think it goes 8 of them becomes a full tank, but with just one, it's showing 44 kilometers to empty. So watch for the dashes, and that's how you're reading the fuel gauge. Now on the right hand side of the steering wheel, we have a few more buttons as well. So you can answer a phone call, you can go to the next preset on your radio, and with the top ones, you can change your display. So there's your menu with My View. Go down, you've got trip and fuel, off-road, towing, audio, phone, navigation, settings, vehicle maintenance. So you pick the one that you want. So settings, for example, hit OK. And we've got the screen content. So I'm going to hit OK. Secondary speedometer is one of your choices, so we can hit yes. And now you'll notice we have the miles per hour bigger, and the secondary speedometer is the Canadian kilometers per hour. So that's the smaller one. We're going to stay in Canada, so I'm going to take that one off. Now, left gauge, you can add a tachometer. Now we've got that. Right gauge, you could add your oil temperature. We'll hit that one. And turn-by-turn indication, that would be in the event we've got navigation distance, destination set. So now we go back a screen, we go back a screen. So now we've got our tachometer and we've got our engine temperature as part of the display. So that was one of the choices, a couple of the choices that we had. If we hit this one again, and also go settings, the other choice was going with a classic view with round gauge. Round speedometer gauge, digital speedometer only. So you can choose how your display looks. Here's our digital display. And now we'll go back and do the classic view, round speedometer gauge. Back a screen, back a screen. So now we've got the round one, and as you start driving, it will go, see it go around. You can also go on your menu, up to My View, hit OK, and configure My View. This time you can pick and choose what information you're going to have available. So we've got trip 1, sure, why not? Trip 2, now we won't do that one. Fuel economy, now playing, don't have anything playing, so I'm going to shut that one off. Navigation, seat belts, who's wearing them? Popular one with parents of children who like to take their seat belts off. It'll give you a warning as soon as they do. So we picked a couple, now we go back a screen, back a screen, back a screen. So now we're at the home screen. This time we're just going to go up and down. So we go up, there's our trip 1. Up again, there's our off-road status, our compass, fuel economy, trip 1. So you can display the information that you want when you want it. On the right-hand side, we do have our wiper control. Go up 2 notches for continuous, and up 3 notches for a high-speed continuous. Down, down, down. Now this vehicle does have the towing tech package, so it does have a trailer brake controller. This is optional equipment, it's not on every one of them. And also part of that package is a navigation system. So on our center screen here, you've got a variety of choices. When you're in park, you can actually draw pictures on here in sketch mode. You can choose your radio, phone, navigation, media. It's applicable with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your owner's manual is actually built right into the dash. So if you need to find something, hit owner's manual, wait a moment while it loads. Got categories, visual search, bookmarks, and videos. So we've got general information, audio, maps, connectivity. So as you can see, it's quite easy to find what you're looking for. And if we want navigation, now we've got our map up here. It tells us that we're in St. Catharines at the moment. We're off of Ontario Street as we're in the back parking lot of Edler and Ford. Where to? So you can do a home address, a work address. You can find recent ones, saved addresses. So you can pick and choose where you're going. You can type it in, and as you start typing, it's starting to look And if you've misspelled it, you can make your corrections. And when you type it in properly, Ed Learned Ford does show up. So Ed Learned Ford, we can go. If we hit the star, we're saving it to favorites. And then you can enter the name of a saved place. So if you're just putting in an address and you wanted to save it as your friend's name or whatever, you can do so. In this case, I put in the name of the place, so it'll be saved as Ed Learned Ford. And so we're back to that one. And our map, readjust to where we are. You can also do voice for your destinations. When you're in motion, that's the only thing you should be using is voice. Other choices on there were your radio, your phone, it's going to be a Bluetooth connection, and media. Next button over. Now we've got our controls. So if the radio was on, then you can adjust the sound. You've got your phone list, and we come to driver assistance. So this time, most of these you can look at once and set the way you want them to be. An auto hold, it'll hold the brakes after you've come to a complete stop until you touch the accelerator pedal. So even if you take your foot off the brakes are still being held. Cruise control. You have normal, where you're just setting the speed, or you can do adaptive cruise control, where you set both the speed and the distance to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. I've also turned on lane centering, and I would like speed sign recognition. The next one down says tolerance. If you're not sure what any of these mean, there's a little I over here. You can hit that and read a description. Cruise control tolerance. This allows you to set a maximum speed up to 20 miles per hour over or under the posted speed limit. Good to know. So speed limit assist, lane keeping system, and we've got it on both alert and aid and normal intensity. Pre-collision assist. Then we've got our blind spot information, trailer side view, park aid sensors, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, and driver alert. Cross traffic alert, when you're backing out of a parking spot, would notify you if a vehicle was approaching from either side. Reverse brake assist, when you're backing out of somewhere, you're going low speed, the vehicle detects something you're about to hit. If you're going slow enough, it can take preventative measures and stop the truck for you. Driver alert, if you're not paying attention and the truck realizes it, it can give you notifications, some audible warnings, a picture of a coffee cup in the main display area. Anyway, if that happens, it might be time to take a little bit of a rest and pull over. So next one down is our vehicle list. Once again, these are mainly things that you'll set up once. Rear occupant alert. If you don't have any little ones, you're always driving by yourself, you might want to turn that one off. Remote start setup. If you're planning on using the remote start that comes with the vehicle, you'll want to activate it. So it is set to use remote control. Climate controls we've got set for automatic. The seats, if it's cold out, the heated seats will come on. And duration, I think 15 minutes is a little long. I'm going to put it back to 10. Next one down, we've got wipers. Courtesy wipe, don't worry about that one. How about lighting? So now lighting, this vehicle has automatic high beams. When you're driving at night, if you're the only vehicle on the road, it's entirely possible your high beams are going to come on. If the road is pretty brightly lit, then they won't need to come on for you. And in the event it picks up, it detects another vehicle on the road, it will turn the lights back to regular. Earlier we showed you that the automatic headlamp system was on, and this is how long they stay on after you shut off the vehicle. So you've got a choice of off immediately, 10 seconds, 20, and 120. I thought 20 sounded like a pretty good idea. And then our locks. I have just the driver door unlocking. If I hit the remote a second time, it's going to do the rest of the doors. Mirrors, I've got to set to automatically fold in. So when I put the vehicle in park, shut off the engine, get out and lock the doors, the mirrors will automatically fold in. Next one down after vehicle is general. This is where you choose your language, English, French, or Spanish, your temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit, your measurement units, kilometers or miles. You want the screen to touch every time you tap it. So it's pretty easy. You go through it once, you get it set up the way you want it to be. Reset comes up when you're selling the vehicle or trading it, so you can wipe out all your personal information. The clock, if you like the military 24-hour, you can turn that on. If you want automatic time updates, so when the clock goes ahead, goes back with daylight savings time, it's automatically going to be handled. You don't need to do a thing. Next one down comes connectivity. So when you get your new truck home, be sure to connect to your home Wi-Fi. And that would be under Manage Your Wi-Fi Networks. The vehicle can be set up as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and we can give you help getting started. Software updates, so it's set for automatic updates, but you need to tell the truck when to look for them. So you're going to set a recurring update schedule. I kind of like Monday through Thursday at 1 o'clock in the morning, as I'm almost never driving my truck at that time. But you can do a custom schedule, you can do no schedule if you don't want it to. Coming down, we have Ford Assistant. Earlier we talked about some voice activation features. If you choose to do so, you can set it up with a wake word. Then you have to pick your wake word. Okay, Ford, set temperature 19 degrees.
Setting temperature to 19 degrees.
So that time I did not have to push a button, I just had to speak the proper wake word. And then we've got some zone lighting, we've got the valet mode, you've got your cameras, you can turn on there, so that's what's in front of us. Here's our 360-degree view. And down at the bottom of the screen we have our climate controls. So we just set it to 19, and that was doing the driver temperature. The passenger can choose their own temperature. The ones that look like little chairs, when you push those, comes up heated seat. First it goes to 3, which is high, 2 is medium, and 1 is low, and 0 is no heat. Your temperature for the driver, your temperature for the passenger, and AC, of course, is air conditioning, so when that button's on. Your fan speed, your shifter, your electronic parking brake, and down here a few more buttons between the chairs. P between the lines is parking. Navigate to parking or parking assistance. Yes, this vehicle can park itself, either parallel or perpendicular, and if it's parked to you, it can get you out of a spot. So if parallel parks you and you're going, how the heck am I getting out of here? Let the truck do it for you. So you're going to follow the instructions on the screen. And that's your traction control off switch, and turning it back on. This one here, the A with the little circle around it, that's going to be your auto stop start override switch. So if you don't like the vehicle shutting off, when you come to a stop, you can hit that switch. when you have shut off the engine and put it in park and gotten out, it'll reset back to the on position. And this button here, there's showing your camera behind you and checking for safety. So when you're going to be going off-road, gives you some measurements and where you're going. Earlier I mentioned the gas gauge, and now that we've been talking for a bit, it has changed colors. So now it wanted to give me a warning that we're even lower on fuel, so it's lit up orange, and the indicator line has also turned orange. So that's giving you a warning, and the ding we heard earlier was to let you know that we're low on fuel. So this has been an overview of your 2024 Ford Ranger XLT. I hope you enjoy your vehicle. I'm Jim Brickell.